Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this animated dropdown navigation bar using HTML and CSS and a little bit of animation. You also see a scrolling text that reminds viewers to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please do so. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you subscribe. Check out this scrolling text. It says please subscribe to my channel. If you like this kind of tutorial, hit that subscribe button below. It really motivates me to make more tutorials for you. Now, let's get started. First thing to do, I will create my index of HTML style.css. First, we build the basic structure of the navbar. The navbar gonna have a class name called the navbar. Before the navbar, at the top, we have a container which contains all the nav. It's called the dot nav container. This is a container which contains both the navigations and this animation section. So in this class, we have a navbar, a class called navbar. And inside the navbar, we have a div called a logo. So inside the logo, I have my website. Now, I have our UL, notice this UL that is on order list. Inside it, we have our list and anchor tag. This will contain the home, about, services. So now, here we have a menu item called services, and inside it I will add more options like web design, development, and SEO. These items are hidden by default and only appear when the user hovers over the services. Now I'll call my list again. So the list, I will add the class name drop down. So inside the list, you have an anchor tag which contains the services. Inside the service, notice I will call our URL again, another list. So inside the another list, it will contains those web design, development, and SEO that we're gonna hide inside our service. Now, for our list, inside our list, I have anchor tag, web design, development, SEO. Inside our URL, you have a class name drop down menu. Under our list here, we have another list, anchor tag. They contain our about, our contacts. Now, under the navbar, but inside the container which contains both the nav and the sections in which you want to put our navigations and the animations. So under the nav, we have a section called the section. So inside the section, called a button. Inside the button, we have our H2, contain the text. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So the subscribe here. And below the section, below the button, you have a footer called the word footer. The footer will contain copy my website 2026. Now let's see our results. Now can you see we have our home service. Inside the service, we have web design, development, and SEO, about, contacts. These are the sections you need to animate. These are our footer, and hand copy becomes this my website 2026. Now, next thing to do is to move to our styling. But before we style, we have to link our style with our HTML by calling the word link. Inside the link, we have a style.css. Now let's style our navigations and the section. First things to do is to also move the padding, color padding 0, margin of 0, box sizing, border box. Now the body, font family, area, background, FL, 8, 7, that is the cream color, border radius 10 pixel. Now I'm going to style the main container that holds the navbar and the contents. This will help us to center everything on the page and give the layout a clean structure. And this is the nav container. Let me copy so that I won't make a mistake. So the container, I have my dot container. Our container will have our border orange, hash f 6600 solid 1 pixel. padding 100 pixel, justify content, center background, mahi, black color, margin top 70 pixel, margin left 150 pixel, margin right 150 pixel, border radius 50 pixel. Now let's see how it shows. Can you see? So looking like this. This is our results. Now let's move on to our navigation by starting the navigation. This is our home section, style. Now I want to start our navbar. Our navbar, copy our navbar. So style. Our navbar we have a display, flex to flex, justify content, space between of align items, the center, our padding 15 pixel, 30 pixel, background black, h2 font size of 20 pixel. And this is it. Flex make it move to the right side. This is our logo and this is our section. Next thing to do is to start our logo, which is my website. My logo is our logo. You have a color of orange. Font size 34 pixel. Font weight bold. Now our logo serving orange color and bold enough to see. Now let's continue. Now I want to start our nav links. You notice we have the nav links. Sorry, let's correct a simple mistake here. Let's have a class called nav links here. Nav links. So in this nav links, we have service, about, and contact. So web design, development, SEO are inside the service. Now let's start our nav links. So by calling display beflex, justify content just like before, space around, our gap, I want to give them gap 20 pixel, our list style none. Position, relative. And inside our love links, we will have contact, we have anchor tag, and the contact be 0, white, text decoration, none, to remove the cursor, pointer, our padding, 8 pixel, 12 pixel, transition, color, background, 0.3 s, border radius, 4 pixel. These are our nav links anchor tag. So you can see inside the nav links, we have anchor tag containing home, anchor tag containing the services, the anchor tag containing the about sections and contacts. Now let's see our results. So these are our results. These are our results. Our home, service, about, contact. Inside the service, we have web design, development, and SEO. So let's continue. So style. Next thing is to add hover to our nav links anchor tag. Now I'm adding a hover effect to the navigation links so that when the user moves the mouse over them, the color changes. This helps users to know which menu item they are interacting with. So in the nav links anchor tag, I have my hover called my hover. This is the hover. So and in the hover, now we have my background. Orange is a color which changes when the users try to move the mouse over the nav, so it will changes. The color will still stay white. This is what I mean by this. These are nav links. As you can see, changing when I try to move my cursor right. This is the work of the hover. Now let's continue. Next thing to do is to style our drop down menu. This is our drop down menu in the HTML. How we call my drop down menu. Drop down menu. Drop down menu from the HTML. Now I'm styling the drop down menu and position it to absolutely so it appears directly below the services menu item. I'm also hiding it by default so it doesn't show when the page loads. Briefly, this is what I mean. This web design, development, and SEO will be hiding so it won't show, just like this home services. So it hides under the services. So let's continue. Calling the word display none. Our display none means it won't display. It will hide it to hide our web design, development, and SEO. Position it to absolute top side. gap from top, that is 100%. Our list type should be none. Our left should be 0. Max width 150 pixel. Set index with 10. Now in the send index, I'm adding a send index here to make sure the drop down menu appears above other elements on the page. Now next thing is to add my transition. Call it the transition for 0.3 s is. I am adding a transition so the drop down animations happen smoothly instead of appearing instantly. Now next thing is our border radius, that is the round shape, 4 pixel. Now I will style my drop down then anchor tag, that is the list is anchor tag inside the list style local will be display block. Display block makes the display none to show. Padding 8 pixel, 12 pixel. Now I add hover to this. Here I'm adding a hover effect to the drop down links so that when the user wants to mouse on them, the background and the text color changes. This helps users to know which option they are selecting, just like the previous one we have hover to. Now we add a color or background mover, that is hash ff6600 orange, color again be white. Is it? Now I will call this my drop down over drop down menu display block. Now I'm using the over selector so that when the user hovers over the service menu, the hidden drop down menu becomes visible. Briefly, this is what I mean. So this services about contact, but there's a mistake. Well, let's correct this. The web design development and is supposed to be under the services. So let's correct the small mistake here. Now move to our left led as. Now I've added 5 to our left. Can you see services? So this is display. By calling the word display block, it serves to make the drop down menu to visible. Briefly, by default, the drop down is hidden and the rules changes its display block when the parent is hovered. Block. Now that our navigation bar is complete, let's move on to the main section of the page where I've added a small animation, which is please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now let's move to our styling page. Now we call my section, your section. Section will be text, align, center, padding 10 pixel, margin top 100 pixel, color white, transition all 0.3 is. So inside the section we have H2. Remember we have please subscribe to my YouTube channel. H2. I have font size. Want it to more bigger. 3 rem. Font weight bold. Font family monospace. What color? Ash. The color be white. Now you have a footer. A footer margin top 30 pixel. Font size of the font 20 pixel. Weight with board. Now let's see the result. It is black, white. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the button. The rectangle size is the button. Now we want to change the background of the button to the orange. Let's move to our style by calling the word button. Padding 70 pixel. Background orange. Color white. Now let's see the result. This is the results. The background. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and this is the footer below it. Now that we are done with the sections, let's need to add our animation so that it can move from the right side to the left side, just exactly like this. Move from the right side to the left side. Now let's start. Let's move to our style. Now to make this work, I will apply animation to the button using animation shorthand property, which are calling animation scroll project, '25 s linear infinity. Listen, let me explain the project. The scroll project is the name of the animation, while the 25 Hz is the duration, meaning the animation takes 25 seconds to complete. Linear makes the speed constant, and the infinity makes the animation repeat continuously. Now I will call the word keyframes. Keyframe. Now I will define animation using keyframes, which control how the element moves over time. Inside it you have 0%, transform, so these keyframes our keyframes must match this scroll project here. Scroll project. So this is transform, called transform, translate x. The translate x means horizontal, to move in horizontal. If it is a y, that will be vertical. So opacity means the visibility, 0, that is none. We don't want it to be visible from the 0. At 0%, the text starts from the right side of the screen and is slightly faded, that is not visible. Now I will have again 25% opacity, 0.1. Again I will have 50%, transform, translate x, 0, opacity should be visible, hard one, 80%, opacity 0.0. So at this point, from 25% to 80%, the text reaches the center of the screen and becomes fully visible. Now 100%. Add my 100%, transform, translate x, 0, opacity again will be none, be 0. Now finally, the text moves completely to the left and fades out, ready to start the animation again. That is in the 100%, that is the final stage. And the opacity, which is the 0, means that is when it's reached the left side, it's fade out. The 100%, you have minus 100% here. That is, the minus means to move to the left side. Now let's see our results. Can you see? Now the animation is working perfectly. The text scrolls smoothly across the screen and fades as it moves. I use the animation to display a small reminder to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you found the tutorial helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more web development videos. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed learning how to create an animated drop-down navbar and scrolling text. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me to know what to want to learn next in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me to create more content for you. In the next video, I will show you how to create a cool phone layout with HTML and CSS. So thanks again. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As you can see this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.